Hi everyone, it's time for more Hildibrand, which trying to figure out how to it's like a cross between I've already done this. Cross between Inspector Gadget and I said someone else and I can't remember who. Regardless though, it's got that same air as Inspector Gadget, like Inspector Gadget but anime. Which honestly is not a bad pitch. Inspector Gadget, the anime. I mean, I'd watch it probably. Sorry, moving stuff around so I can more easily see the chat. And I'm less likely to burn out this laptop by sending its vents into a pillow. There we go. Pull this over so that it doesn't get yanked down if a dog runs across it. Good stuff. There we go. How's everyone doing? I've been working on the Zodiac Gay Bulb quest. Plural, quests. And I'm up to a point where I need a bunch of crafted stuff. Let's see. There we go. All right, now we got this. I had an experience that made me angrier than it probably should have earlier. But it really stands out when someone acts like a piece of shit in a game with a better community. It reminded me of when I used to, when I briefly played on Diablos. Which is that's the server with the worst community, I believe. The reason for that being because that's where edgy teenagers flock to. When we started up this time, Andy Badroad and I picked Marilith because it's got a softer, more feminine name, and so far it has had a pretty good community. Albeit lots of join our party spam. Not like adventuring party, just like people throwing in-game raves and stuff. And if you're in any of the main cities at certain times of day, it's overwhelming. So here's my bikini armor. I've been censored. Like Roger Rabbit. Remember who censored Roger Rabbit? Nah, no one remembers the books. That's okay, the movie's real good. Had to change a lot because the books were about comic strips. Softer, more feminine name that's still a challenge rating 16 demon. You know? Fair. What the fuck? Ugh. One sec. So that was horrifying. I took a drink from a bottle I'd filled with water, and I guess it must have been one that I'd filled like several weeks ago. I took a drink, and it was thick. I spat it out and have rinsed my mouth thoroughly, and that was really awful. Something you do not want to describe your water is thick. Oh. All right, let's talk to Ellie. She doesn't have thick water, at least. Oh, fuck. Ellie would share with you a shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. Is a thief case like a briefcase? Oh, sorry. I was wondering when you'd show up, Euphoria. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. Apparently you can thick water with modified cornstarch. They used to do that for people who had trouble swallowing. Yeah, this wasn't that, though. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Olden society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. Now, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye's been selling like Pond's cakes. A Pond's is the pound equivalent, so I really appreciate Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Euphoria? Oh yeah, I guess she hasn't been able to look into it for 2 weeks. The hidden treasure of Ulda, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sunsilk Tapestries. Why did that go below those? Oh, wait, I probably have them. I'll fill these back in later. Sunsilk Tapestry. So we can just jump back to the Aetheryte Plaza. Ugh. I want to wait until I'm actually at the point in the game where you can be level 70. Which I guess I can be level 70 now, Dragoon 70, but I want to get to the fucking, into the next expansion before I grab Sage to try out. Well now, if it ain't my favorite venturer. And my favorite mithril, I hope I've got this voice right. A lot of the incidental characters I don't remember from week to week. And my favorite mithril eye reporter along with it. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help 2 lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found all Wyman at a loss. Ulda has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our Phantom Thief friend could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn in a right dither. Word has it they formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. Alright, also, hi September and Bad Road. And everyone else. The Sultan Swarm aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Euphoria, I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the Swarm. I held up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie. A fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Euphoria. Time is of the essence. Non-Newtonian beverages. And so we go. Wait, where are we going? Oh, right. Where's the nearest Aetheryte? Literally the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. Oh, right, I forgot I'm using ranged DPS, so I can effectively quadruple my speed. Non-Newtonian sounds even worse than thick. There's Humphrey. Hello, Humphrey. Halt's only authorized personnel are allowed. I'll bugger me with the broadsword. It's the gentleman Elite's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled warrior of light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan's sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that gentleman of light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of me soul, like I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm, just like my hero master Hildibrand. The Sultan's sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildibrand in this investigation, haven't you? Oh, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the sworn's best and something of a history buff, it seems. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, aye? Oh yeah, Oobleck with Bartholomew. Man, that kid had so many Oobleck problems. A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information that might shed light on recent events. The pleasure's mine, Miss Ellie. And if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Euphoria Adelaide, yes? You know Euphoria? As a regular reader of the Mithril Eye would. I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you'd show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan Sworn, the elite of Ulda Elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Bearden, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Euphoria, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me and don't move an inch. Inspector, what is that in Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vespa Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counteragent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I'm glad he developed a formula that leaves the wearer's face intact. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ul'dah, the last of the four lost relics of Beladia? I fear not. I've poured through the histories time and time again, but the only mention of these four relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars apparently consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, four warriors of light shall ascend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe four sacred artifacts, one each possessed by the four Beladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. I bet they're orbs. Do you think they're orbs? 3 times we've tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times he's foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Beladian origin have been sealed within the Royal Vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, milady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you've heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the dense defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. Cast all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame that. Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I'll share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel, gutted with a greatsword, strangled with a subligar, mayhap? I'm afraid we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly.
Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I'll see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice!
Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. I think I tried to say good night.
Come to accompany me on yet another case, my friend. I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all of his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Euphoria, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 Sins of Sasimo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off! Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use.
And off to the 80 Sins of Sasimo. Fuck. What's the quickest way to get to the gate? Western, there we go. We'll go to the Thaumaturge's Guild. Go from there. Oh, okay. Not what I expected, I must admit. This is the wrong way. I am supposed to go past the actual guild itself. Sasimo sounds industrious. I was only aware of 7 sins. Huh. Apparently there's a repairman over here. Here, let me fix my Astrologian and Dragoon kit. And switch back to Machinist. All right. Oh, that was some weird deja vu. I wonder what that was about. Another game that I was doing speedruns on stairs like that. I don't know. Maybe it was a dream. I really like how much Nashu likes Hildibrand, right? They both just adore each other. Flowers! Yes, it's all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing? Hey? Hey? I'm the one that put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me poor babe. Poor boy. My reading's not so great today. You dare defile his memory, eh? Eh?
1,000 pardons, milady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean...
Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run far, far away. Run or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy.
A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense.
Not nonsense, me boy. History. Or have you not heard the horrors of Silda? Aye, Alda's sibling nation against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, aye, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. An unholy drought brewed by a Sildan alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through, but you won't hear that from the Sultan Sworn. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could do so much as pay me last respects.
The traitors spur.
Oh, wrong voice. The traitors spurn. I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sildan, I'm sure of it. Oi, only a Sildan would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Silda died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did? They did? He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But did it ever occur to you that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Hey? Hey? Heard the tales from your own great-great-grandma, I did. About the 4 relics of Belladia and the powers they hold. The power to exact justice. A spectre of Silda has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe, woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much breathed the accursed name of Silda. But you did, and now we're doomed. 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 Okay, bye. Don't look at me. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I love when Hildibrand does the bodybuilding pose, but points at his temples to signify that he's actually brain building. This is a very good anime, yes. Lee Norton's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen. I bet it was. For all of a fortnight afore me flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Montbeak! Charlatan! I'll find that so-called inspector and a sorry band and put every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. He does. I believe that he works out at the library.
The best weights of all are books. No, like, actually, that's true. You see, they're quite heavy when you put them... Never mind.
Deadlifting one of those giant atlases. Hildibrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is.
It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start.
Atlas holding an atlas.
Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and dead for nigh on centuries, since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the specter's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage. Is that pronounced assuage? Probably assuage. We cannot hope to assuage its rancor. The dumbbell anime we watched kept letting the viewers know that a book bag is a perfectly acceptable substitute for a two-handed weight. Hell yeah. Assuage, excellent. I like that breakdown of assuage. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Silda might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Bearden. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. Oh, giant turtle spawned. Gather information at the Thaumaturge's Guild, which is right up here. How convenient. Erasmus. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Silda. As a fellow student of history, though, I'm more than welcome to conversation. Palladian civilization flourished in relative peace until two sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ulda and Silda. But, not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Good start. Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ulda and the fallen Sultanate of Silda. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ulda emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ulda's superior numbers, Sildan alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem, employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn. They brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potions on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Okay, got another one over here. The Guild Master. What's that you say? You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ulda and Silda? I suppose I can spare a moment or two, but take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. 2 scales, one of gold, one of silver. The gold of Ulda weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Silda weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the 2 nations differed greatly, yes, greatly indeed. Power wrought by an Uldan prophecy was that of justice and good, while the power of the Sildan knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories? And what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Silda, Uldan and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet the histories read by the populace, you'll see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenience? But I've said enough already. Alright, gotta find one more person who wants to help. Are they behind these poles? Is it the receptionist? Does she have an extra quest? No, not really. My denial is most unsettling. Is there a downstairs in the Thaumaturgist Guild? There is in the other guild. I don't see it downstairs. Unless there's like a secret bookshelf. Odd. Hey, Inspector? Knowledge is power, and surely our Thaumaturge friends have a wealth of knowledge on the feud between Ulda and Silva. Let us begin our inquiry. I mean, I'm doing that, but I don't know who else I'm supposed to find. Ah, here we go, right outside. Hey, Neneko. Godspeed good, you're the adventurer who saved me back at the ruins. Researching the ancient feud between Ulda and Silda, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with the ancient story. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still to the birth of their mother nation, Beladia. The Fifth Astral Era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Beladia some 8 centuries gone. Oh good, this water is of the normal consistency. Ah, imagine. A government of mages, by mages, for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Beladian civilization survived to this day? Alas, this was not to be. My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars of these halls? The Holler scholars. Indeed. As it happens, I've learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ulda and Silda. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ulda's superior military might, Silda employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts that have led me on to one unassailable conclusion. Our Phantom Thief is a descendant of the doomed Silda, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildan statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he's wrought. Yes. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, which canonically exist in this world and are well known, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Silda. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. The Sildan connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladian relics our thief clearly possesses. What of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims of in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Wait. Yes, it's coming to me, of course! My keen investigator senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Alright, let's pay him a visit. Adventure skill, there it is. Well, if it ain't Euphoria. Good to see an adventurer who checks in with the guild from time to time, even after becoming all famous and the like. What brings you to the quicksand today? A letter? Next thing I know, you'll be spread. This is the wrong quest. This is the wrong quest I'm doing? I guess we'll continue the dialogue. Next thing I know, you'll be sprouting a pom-pom and in every other utterance of Kupo. Oh, curious. It would seem the sender's forgotten to sign the envelope. Oh, my beloved Momedy, my riches could buy all the jewels in the realm, yet none would shine as bright as thee. Say that you will be mine, and... Ugh. Good gods, no wonder the letter was anonymous. No man in his right mind would claim authorship of such a hackneyed, pretentious load of Momody, my love, I see that my mellifluous missive finds you looking as beautiful as ever. Oh, it's you. Why do I find myself entirely unsurprised? I've lost count of how many times I spurned your shameless advances to your face. Must I now do the same in writing for you to get the bloody message? Shameless, you wound me, Momody, my love. Why, my advances are positively shameful. It's not the right word, is it now? Picture the scene, a mysterious letter, a secret admirer. Is it so outlandish for a man to think that the subtle, romantic approach might stir the flames of passion in his beloved's heart? Says the fool standing before me for the third time this week, still sporting the same ridiculous jacket. Our guest clearly lacks the courtesy to introduce himself, so allow me. This is Thomas So-and-so, son of the spice merchant, someone or other, and the richest, most eligible young bachelor in all of Ulda. Forgive me if I've forgotten some of the details. I've only heard the story some 20-odd times now. This is Euphoria, the woman who wasted her precious time hauling your rubbish halfway across the realm. Is that so? Smashing work, my girl. Remind me of your name again later, and I'll be sure to put you on the guest list for when my lovely Momody and I are wed. Do you see, my love? This adventure's efforts were not for naught. No, you need only promise your hand to me. Promise that forever my Momody and mine alone you will be. In person or ink, my answer's the same. Come back when Thanalan freezes over so I can reject you again. Hi, Beekeeper. We accidentally took a side quest. Alas and alas, but I should have known. Yes, that hairpin that adores your lovely luck speaks loud and clear. Admit it, Momody, after all these years you still harbor feelings for him. You've some nerve walking into my place of business and spouting such nonsense. Nonsense, my beloved? Is that so? Rumors abound about that hairpin. It was crafted for you by an old flame, that it has not left your shapely head for so much as a day since the calamity. This is the Moogle, the post-Moogle quest. You lost a childhood love when the lesser moon fell. You have my sympathies. But this is a new age, my dearest. Time marches on, and we must march with it. Oh, and did I mention that my family is among the richest in the Sultanate? Els, just how thick is your bloody skull? A man crafted my hairpin, and yes, there was a time when I felt something for him, but such days are long past. And today, I needn't compare you to anyone to find you thoroughly repulsive. Besides, I'll have you know that the man who crafted this is still alive. What's this? My rival in love still lives? I hate this man. Ha ha ha! At long last, my task is clear. I must seek out this pretender and prove once and for all that I, Thomas, am the only one worthy of my dear Momody's hand. Adventurer, I would request your aid. Together, we will seek out this man, and you will serve as an impartial judge to determine who is a worthy partner for Miss Momody, he or I. Rest assured that you will be suitably contemplated for rendering the proper decision. And with that, let us begin our search at the Goldsmiths Guild. I shall await you there! I'm just gonna leave him hanging for probably like a month. Right, so this isn't Horizon. This is, I forgot the name of this place. This is the Quicksand. They all have such odd names and they kind of blend together after a while. So let's pop over to Horizon. Yes?
If you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions.
What? Was it love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces!
Me? A faith? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits.
I thought I recognized that voice. Lady Dorilda! Well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair evening?
Well, why, I live here, you ham-headed half-wit. Inspector Brearden, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business later. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Dorilda, what about... Ah, yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Esthame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ulda myself? I'll say it just once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. All right. I'll tell you what I know. Nashu hasn't said so much as a line yet. But you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust, the traitor's sperm, and his cards speak of 5 victims. It got me to thinking, Sealda, 5 victims, I, the Arbiters of Truth.
The Arbiters of Truth? I'm not familiar with the name.
If you would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ulda-Silda conflict from reaching the ears of folks like you and me.
False knowledge? Pray tell, just what sort of knowledge might that be?
Balls! Don't make me say no more. I've got a family to feed.
Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you, and where can we find him?
Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, you didn't hear none of this from me.
This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless, he also knows the identity of the remaining one.
I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how all this works, but Hob's got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next.
Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has procured for us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak.
Alright, now we have to search for Hob. who is apparently on the path to Vesper Bay. Good thing I have this dragon friend. Where do you get a dragon friend? You get it at the end of Heaven's Words main story. Master Hobb, is everything quite all right?
No! Stand back, Ellie! Hunger. I hunger for your brains! Damn, there's no saving the man. Euphoria, do what you must.
No, very much not missable. Not even a fight. They just fade to black.
Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. Would seem we were a few moments late to the scene.
A message, and then there was one.
There it is again.
Is something the matter, Inspector?
Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense. A sense that someone or something is watching us.
The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful.
For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identity of its members may yet lead us to the final victim.
I too had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime.
You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone.
Inspector, I'll go with her.
If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary. Not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there's something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiends took aim at my own life.
Your life, Oh, at Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me.
A secret vow? Oh ho! Consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report.
All right. Back to the Scholar's Walk. No, that's not what I meant to do. There. Take that. Now back to the Scholar's Walk. A fourth victim? I'll have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? Arbiter of truth. No, it cannot be. Somebody help! Miss Ellie, the voice came from the direction of the vaults. We must hurry.
Miss Ellie, are you hurt?
That man. I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only...
Bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Ha ha! Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashi not with you?
She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of the Sultan Sworn Squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces. To think we'd find our man like this.
Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare this case closed. I return the sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value you'd like to wantonly destroy?
He was double masked. What is the meaning of this?
Ingenious, a double disguise, planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt.
This is Guigwe, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp.
Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks at the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... M'lady, the vault's been breached. The wise man's whisper, it's gone.
For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody.
And now the game is truly afoot. Bah! What's the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu?
Greg got quest sniped. Villain sniped? Miss Allie! Miss Allie! That shadow you said you saw, I think it was just a dormouse. I can't believe Nashu is fucking dead. To think he literally stumbled face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry, yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Down to 8, yep.
Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh ho, Miss Phyllis! I thought you'd already departed in the company of your men. But, all for the better, shall we conduct the search together?
I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than...
Hildibrand Mandib?
Me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. Hildibrand thought he was so good at being a secret society that even he didn't know it. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I'd been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm until such a time as the killer is apprehended.
Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis. But there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector, over here!
Oh no.
I don't think that's Nashu, y'all.
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see. It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Euphoria, let us split up and canvass our surroundings.
Where's Miss Ellie? Do you think she went looking for the dormouse too? Yes. That is what I think. Water-stained letter. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor.
Be wary and be warned.
Search for more evidence. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously.
Trust no one and your friends all the less.
We're in danger. Let's split the party. Every fucking time, right? A water-stained letter.
This will avail you well. Use it wisely.
You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you.
Oh good, it's just Gobert. Oh! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Euphoria. I was in the area on a matter of business when I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you?
Backs away 3 steps before addressing him.
Oh ho! So your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn. And now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend? Or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? The plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil.
The presence of a shape-shifting thief turns this into the thing. That's a good comparison.
In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone, myself excluded, of course. No mere mask can replicate the physique of this Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear lady may be, That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother wouldn't be pleased.
Gobert has never put the words personal and space together. Very, very true. Alright, let's follow Gobert then. Not too close.
If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the imposter beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Euphor. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss?
Now, obviously, we're supposed to settle on Nashu. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things.
Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It's the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us.
Inspector Bearden told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me.
Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say. It stands to reason the Fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse.
Curses. This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. It's giving us information that the characters don't know now.
I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Oh, hello, Father. I didn't notice your rippling biceps.
They showed us all of Ultros fucking up. That's very true. They did.
Yes, finally the pieces are coming together.
Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the Fiend already stands amongst us.
Inspector Bearden! I should hope you're not doubting me.
While I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities.
An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Euphoria found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there?
What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be.
I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely assume him from consideration. We can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Euphoria here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had close and extended relationships with our suspects. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. All the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover will be good as blown.
My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu truly is my ever-loyal assistant, she would have no trouble completing my thoughts. I'm a Manderville.
Man.
Doing what only a Manderville
can.
From the peaks of Kurthus to Thanalan, Manderville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu.
I have never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you.
Nashu, is something the matter?
No, she just had to turn away thoughtfully.
Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... A genius, Inspector? Just stumbles into the solution again.
I'm not so sure that's Nashu.
Are you sure? I have my doubts that that couldn't be Nashu.
The charade is up, Miss Ellie.
I really like how the eyes look in this game. They're just nice and round and shiny. Excuse me. Again.
Miss Ellie, you look somehow different.
Tiny smirk. Urine woman. We can get glamour dispellers. Cute. Who is this unfamiliar woman, and what secrets does she hold?
Find out after these messages from our sponsors.
Alright, so I'm going to go to the break. Remember, in the meantime, that there is still a civil rights movement happening around the country and the wider world. Black Americans, people of color, are fighting for things that should never have to be fought for, like equal rights, equal treatment under the law, and to not be attacked, terrorized, and even murdered by the police. We have listed here some ways you can help, including the Bail Fund Network to help keep protesters out of jail, the Okra Project and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help Black, trans, and non-binary people with food supplies and travel out of dangerous situations, and the Black Hills Legal Fund, the Lakota People's Fund, to take back their land to 6 grandfathers, which was stolen by white people, arbitrarily renamed to Mount Rushmore, and then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side of it. Under this other command are more ways you can help. These are all current campaigns and things you can do right now. They are kept up to date by my Sib, Stranger, and September. They are September and Stranger, all one word in the chat. Please let one of them know if there's anything else that needs to go here. Black Lives Matter, the lives of people of color matter, Indigenous lives and lands matter, Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. These are things we've got to keep saying and pushing and fighting for until the people all the way up to the very top not only understand and acknowledge them, but work to make them real protected truths. Okay, I'm going to run some ads. We're going to go to the break. We have no stance on ad blockers, so I'll see you back here in a few minutes. This is our new BRB screen, by the way. It's a work in progress, but I think it looks good so far. And I'm back. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Seven hells, done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers.
Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet...
Insulting Inspector Bearden. Once again, you fail to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course, we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. Hi, Andy. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Ceci. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sylvan aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, then those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to these heights of celebrity.
Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes?
Justice. 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate.
Wait, the histories say that it was Silda that turned their own men into zombies.
The histories lie. And you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie.
What is this madness you speak, woman?
Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Olden army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed Sultan sworn would kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. Of course, it's always zombies. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long, you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? How the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice. A dashing rebel waging war against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. Yeah, instead it's just aristocrats killing aristocrats. But they'll see soon enough when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Olden vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened by assembling 4 secret relics from Baladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Silda before the Olden dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vaults, the 4 relics in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren that you were here when the zombie powder rained down on Ulda. No, wait, you'll be dead.
Preposterous.
But first you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies.
I think not, Miss Ceci.
Boom! It's okay, he's already a zombie, right? That's how that went. Hildibrand! You idiot! Just for once could you not get in the way? Go Bear Manderville. I can't even trust your sorry arse to look after him for a day.
I knew it! The presence watching over us from the shadows! It was you, my dear wife! Ahem. Am I to understand you're Hildibrand's mother? Wait, no, there's still someone else watching from this. Aye, this is more like it. Hand in hand. Skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Euphoria. The time of our final confrontation is nigh.
Do you have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed. You! Euphoria or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet you. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here. And look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't ya? Quest accepted. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green. Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. File of holy water. The ingredients are simple, a tatter of oversoul rags, and a phial of twice distilled water. St. Go to the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry. Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I'll search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive.
Ah, that's smart. Ye gods, Hildy. You're looking none too hearty yourself.
No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now, are you going to accompany Euphoria here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to the wall?
But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. St. Goat Sundries, was it? Come now, Euphoria. There's work to be done.
Oh my god. This plotline could kill someone. Alright, fortunately, St. God is right next to the, what's it called? The Sapphire Etherite. Alright, now I don't know where Guest is. We'll have to track him down.
Oversoul rags, you say? Fear I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken. But my good man, you must reconsider! My dear friend's life, and quite possibly my own as well, hangs in the balance! I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Do you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice?
Thank you, beekeeper.
Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets.
As it happens, I've just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share.
My lady, you're far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildibrand and Euphoria here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. I'm a woman who pays her debts.
Same top. I'll take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. I'll take the chimera innards instead. A kind sentiment, my good man. But we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Euphoria? And with this, our task here is done. Now let us find this traitor named Guest.
Yeah, this game's really good at tying up loose ends, which is something that's not common in story-based MMORPGs. Didn't realize I learned a new move at some point. Alright, Guest is right by the Chamber of Rule Ether.
The blundering Mandeville boy is on his last legs and you need something of mine to save him, you say? I like repeating back what people say to me. Huh. Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandevilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last guild for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthier man. And now, I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep.
After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget. But it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the seven seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance? Hey, it's the wiener. We're getting some Where Are They Nows for characters we technically met only hours before. Euphoria, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens, the poor inspector.
Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh. What say you bid farewell to preening fops and scruffy adventures and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty?
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Euphoria with the bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks.
You know this woman? Ah, that's the price you'd set, then so be it. Take it, it's barely worth its weight in gil anyway. Now shall we, Miss Arabella? Oh yeah, for real. This would be like an 8-year difference. 7? I forget if A Realm Reborn came out in 2015 or if Final Fantasy XIV came out in 2015. I know Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by many. Clearly, this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Euphoria, let us deliver these goods while there's still time to save him. Hi, Demon Dog. We're almost at the final boss of the first part of Hildibrand. The OVA. I trust the two of you wouldn't dare to come back empty-handed. Bloody brilliant. I'd take you over me muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Ah, straight people, am I right? Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Oh, you bloody bugger, guide my skillet! Aye, that should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush out what's left of its system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that not feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Euphoria, word has it that Elia's been sighted at the Silden ruins. We must go there with all haste. You have done well by me, dear boy, today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I've known a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Ulda's at stake. Euphoria, my strength is yours as well. For Ulda and for our friend Hildy. You remind me of me husband, what with you having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see. I believe 20 crates or so should suffice. I'm a warrior, not yes. Checking the auction boards for cheap crystals. We've all been there. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Euphoria. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Euphoria and Hildy both owe to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends, tried and true. But alas, no. Alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You're a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Euphoria could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! Oh shit. Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me, and the crystals, where have they gone? So that's just a perfect comedy of errors. Fancy meeting you here, old friend. That voice, could it be? My faithful companion, why must you always make me wait so? So I don't know who is sensitive to spoilers here, but I want to explain that last scene to people who don't know yet. So turn off your sound for a few minutes if you don't want to know. It's spoilers for Heavensward primarily. And I'm going to start explaining in 3, 2, 1. So basically, there's these creatures that the people of, I forgot, as the country, the continent, Eorzea. There's people in Eorzea call them primals. People of Garlemald call them icons. Although there's supposedly something that's different called an icon, which may or may not be true and may actually be the same type of force. And they are equivalent to summons in Final Fantasy XIV or eidolons, what have you. But in this world, and this is brought up very specifically in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Final Fantasy Tactics A2, and this game, they aren't actual eidolons. They aren't really what they appear to be. They are effectively wished into existence when powerful need or powerful desire crosses paths with huge amounts of crystals. And they take on the shape of that desire and that memory. And so Gilgamesh just accidentally summoned a void scent and shaped it as his companion Enkidu, who was his best friend in the world, who was sometimes a dog or a bird. All right. Spoilers over. Someone can type that into chat. Thank you, Andy. Excuse me, my nose is bad tonight. Julian would send you on your way. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the Silda excavation site with her mind set on turning Ulda into the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildy is most touching, but don't you worry. Mommy Dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easy. All right. Over to the excavation site by Blackbrush. There's a couple of excavation sites around the world. But this one's mine. All right. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses so much as an answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her. But that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair, it's filled to the brim with the traitor's spurn. One misstep and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Euphoria. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Euphoria,
Surely, if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you. And now we have to shout, Ellie! No, I gotta get closer. Damn. Oh, fuck. I fell. That's fine. This is probably the right place, right? It is definitely not the right place. It's a good thing they let you fly in this area now. For those that don't know, that's a relatively recent addition, because they had to basically rework how the maps work in order to do it, because you used to only be able to fly in the expansions. Euphoria, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Ceci is already in custody. Surrender now, or I will see that no harm befalls her. How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago, we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. So I don't mind this one so much, because most of the villains in this game are extremely rich bastards. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost it long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fates as the old undogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness! I'm sorry, Inspector. I can't do that. Aw, shit. There's too many of them. They make such juicy sounds. He just flexed his clothes off. All in a day's work for a Manderville man. Those fucking devil may cry on them. Oh, he changed gear sets. Does that mean he's wearing the Emperor's new set? You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far, and he's as good as 6 falms under. Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril. Oh, Bear's clothes are pure glamour. He's always in his underwear. Ah, the reverse of what I was thinking. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the traitor's spurn. I feel the good inspector's luck has finally run out.
Falls, balls, is there no end to them? Not liking their chances, said Greg, was it?
He just nods. It's a shame to lose you, Euphoria, warrior of light that you are. You might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! Look, I don't have a lot of AoEs, like, as a machinist. Can y'all come at me one at a time?
When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall us descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword, are my eyes to be believed? That pose. No, these are not 4 warriors of light I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light! Just so, my good man. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Aye, we meet again. Tell me you got my snarble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Alazier. Caw, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him.
It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Hildibrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. And immunity t- Ugh. I'm just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense.
Of course, a Princess Bride reference.
The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself.
In this case, he doesn't mean because she's a woman. It's because he considers her to be equal a gentleman as he. With zombie powder in both drinks. It's over. It's all over, Inspector Bearden. You said there was something you'd tell me when all was through. I imagine you have no words for me now.
Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you'd lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I found something. Someone with whom I never intend to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What do you say?
He tried to kill everyone with zombies.
Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ulda was built on lies. Seeing what I have today, I cannot deny your words. It will never be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this. I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. Noted Tumblr user Inspector Bearden. Fuck. Ellie the Onceler. Sans Ellie Undertale. Those are the only ones I can think of offhand.
Ahem, are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me. If you're quite done playing Cloak and Dagger, I require Euphoria's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh!
Zombie's still flexing over there.
Why the long face, friend? Ah, but mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune.
Ah, shit.
Could it be? The Treaty Blade! And the true one at that! None other! And I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. Ah, but I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend? Bam! The fact that they were imprinted upon a chicken is very funny to me. Oh no, they're hot. I'll be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent?
Abomination? I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. Ah, but 'twas the most curious thing. Here I was, hauling a crate of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was.
Also, I believe her pronouns have changed over different games.
By the gods, it makes perfect sense.
Doubtless, the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, so, you know, gender fluid Enkidu.
Summoning forth his friend, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu.
And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic.
Euphoria, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amdapor Keep. Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the Treaty Blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu. To the skies! 2 against 1? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Euphoria, to Omnipore!
This is a grave development indeed. I think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. Oh, that's something I missed, is primals usually require a bunch of people to summon.
That's why they usually turn up at the turns in Civilization. But of course, I had near forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Euphoria, you're our only hope to slay the Primal and reclaim the blade. Alright. Oh. Well, hello there. Alright, so I need to go to the actual location of Omniporti, which is south of Quarry Mill. Wait, what? Which other primal was summoned by a single person? Let's see. Shiva? No, Shiva, it was her and her entire clan of heretics, as they keep calling them.
Ahem! Is that you, Euphoria? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention.
Well, yeah, but Shiva's already imprinted on her. So she can just kind of like change. The rules aren't hard and fast. But just like Leviathan can hop from one body to another, Shiva can do apparently the exact opposite.
I'll be concluding my investigation forthwith. But in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave Euphoria. Yes, sorry, from that knave Euphoria. Huh.
Said it wrong. Their guidelines or suggestions. Yeah, pretty much. Nothing's really hard and fast in Final Fantasy.
Yes, just go on ahead. I'll be along directly.
Even the crystals were originally shown to be, completely, the good guys. I forgot the name. Or the word. That's okay. Alright. Bad Road, you want to come with me on this one? Andy, you want to come with me on this one? I think 3 people would be plenty to take him out, over-leveled. Okay, let me get Mumble open. Yes, Mumble indeed. Okay. Oh gosh darn it. There we go. All right. Hello. Okay. Now you should be hearable.
Okay.
Now I will invite to party. And
Gonna have to be quiet. I've got people asleep over here.
okay. I don't remember the mechanics for this fight.
Hello.
Hey, Andy.
There we go. Hopefully I'm in there.
Uh-huh. All right. Now, just need you to log in so I can party invite you. And then we will have a battle at the Big
If
Keep.
Alice is talking on Mumble, I don't hear it.
Wait, really?
Also same, but I hear you.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I muted the stream so I won't hear myself.
Oh, shit. One sec.
Well, I mean, not more than usual.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I have no idea why you can't hear me. What the fuck? Can I be heard now? No? Okay, I have no idea what's wrong here. Oh,
You able to hear us?
I was set to push to talk from Sunday. Whoops.
Mother humper.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, should be good now.
Yes, here you just fine.
Oh shit, yeah, that's my bad. All right, here
No
we
worries.
go.
What should I bring? Damage?
Yeah, I'm gonna go tank. So
Okay.
if you wanna, one of you wants to go damage and one of you wants to go heal.
I will heal.
Excellent.
Actually, wait a minute. Let me switch to ninja.
I need to get slightly shorter boots because these ones keep clipping through the cloth.
Oh no.
Nope.
See, right there.
I haven't tried ninja in a boss fight before, but
Well, that's half the fun, right?
I don't want... I'm worried Black Mage will have to stand still too much.
Valid.
Got too used to fun movement abilities with Red Mage.
Yeah, and Red Mage is level 60, and I don't want to keep stacking levels on it.
Valid.
Yeah, I've been trying not to over level too much, except as Dragoon. And Dragoon's only because I've been doing the fucking relic quests.
Right.
Elmerborn. Here somewhere. There's Omnipore Keep Hard mode, but that's not the same.
It's the right location.
It's
It's
trial.
her last bow.
Okay. And trial.
I think it... Thought I saw it at the bottom?
I thought it was called Battle at the Big Keep.
Yes,
No,
Battle at the Big Keep.
Oh, you're
yes.
right. Yep. Big.
The quest
Thank
is
you.
her last bow.
Ah, yes. All right, here we go. Oh, whoops. No, here we don't go. Withdraw, because I forgot to.
That's the regular one.
Yeah. I forgot to set us to
We're going in
unrestricted.
special style.
Yeah. There we go. Now
We're
I
gonna
don't
stunt on
remember.
him.
I don't remember this fight like at all.
Okay.
So I think we're supposed to take down Enkidu first.
Okay.
I will call out the bits of it I remember.
Okay.
That does jive with the actual...
At long last we meet
epic.
again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our battles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Ha!
So, killing Enkidu first does jive with the actual epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, it's canonically accurate.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do I have there's my tank stance. All right. Cool. Oops. My bad.
Hey, Greg.
All right. Now I'll keep them like this.
White wind, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not what white wind normally does.
Right? Oh, whoops. Pull back on the chain.
We have a, yeah, we have a tether. Whoop. I'm not sure if it's second tether.
I'm as far away as I can get.
Right, we're max range. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I can't break it.
Let's go the other way.
Get as close together as possible. That did it.
It's an anti-tether.
It's an opposite tether.
The only one of those I know about.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, now I'm a chicken.
We all are.
Yep. Ow.
Oh. Well, you're tanking as a chicken.
Chicken tank. Chicken tank.
It's almost as good as the frog tank I had the other day at Matoya's.
Uh-huh.
That was very good.
I love the...
Oh no.
I love the frog.
3,
I don't know what
2,
Turbulence did.
1.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
so...
Hell yeah.
Try
Good
again.
job.
do this for a living.
I thank you do. Are the bonds of our friendship so fragile?
Where is Eucrasia?
Me run away? Ha! I was but seeking out a more suitable spot to celebrate my victory. But enough exposition. Now we fight like men and ladies who dress like men.
He's a little confused, but he'll get there.
Yeah.
For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time.
The same scene happens in Chocobo GP, by the way.
Except it doesn't help there.
Yeah, because they're racing go-karts.
Oh, the weapons.
The mightiest warrior ever to grace Eorzea stands before you, by which I mean I, Gilgamesh. Prepare yourself.
Yes.
He's so good.
The nerd, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Put Gilgamesh in every game.
Hell yeah. I mean, they're trying.
That's true. That doesn't just mean Final Fantasy, just literally every game. Put him in Silent Hill too. Do it, Blooper Team. You won't.
The problem is, with putting him in Silent Hill, is that he's completely unaware. He has no self-awareness. Oh, whoops. So I'm not sure what would happen.
Yeah. This one's a whole lot of dancing, so yeah, not bringing Black Mage was the right call.
Yep.
I don't remember if he does Doritos with this one.
I'm not sure. There was a couple of Doritos in the first round.
Yeah. Checkerboard. Alternate.
I don't.
Doritos is the big triangle AoEs.
No, I mean I didn't see which part of the checkerboard popped up first. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those are gonna explode.
Yep. Hey.
Another one.
Enough expository banter.
I think that my full complement of arms would avail me not.
Get it? Because he's got a lot of arms.
And a lot of weapons.
There it is.
No more hijinks from Gilgamesh, you have my word. The Treaty Blade 2 I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. Spare my life. Something.
The text goes, I'm guessing the dialogue is... I'm guessing the dialogue is much shorter in Japanese.
Hmm.
Spare me my life. Spare me my life.
Oh, it's in the box.
Ooh, it's
4
Enkidu. I'm rolling
17
neat.
seconds.
They're chicken.
You got Enkidu.
Again.
I think I got it.
Yeah. I think the golden blade here is the sun sword from FF1.
Mhm. All right, I gotta hop out of the room because there's more dialogue.
Good thing we're
Go
not
ahead.
undead.
Not. Ha! I lied again. Like a rug. Oh, why kill me? You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest swords will suffice. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For as sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as mine own. Till we meet again!
And here's just wind up, go bear.
What ho, Euphoria! Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together! The battle has already been won. Well, that is triumphant news indeed. Clearly, the lessons you've learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again?
Euphoria, what news of the Primal and the Treaty Blade? Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildibrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade.
Such design, such craftsmanship, at once both bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I found the inspiration for my next masterpiece.
Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Silda. To think they were locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud.
And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics?
There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light and their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. What I wouldn't have given to see it. The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known.
And just what sort of incantation is this?
The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Azema's virtues shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the warrior of light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens.
Over here, friends! Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade. The real one this time, I swear unto you.
Yes, just like that. I swear unto you, then.
My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation?
Ridiculous! Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his bare hands.
It would seem that the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us.
I mean, stopping it with his bare hands worked better than, like, when Cecil tried to stop it with healing magic, or when Squall and Renoa tried to stop it with a dragon-shaped spaceship. No, the light! Someone stop it! I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon.
Skyward home! Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed.
And so the light of justice that shone from the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. Guess it wouldn't have been much use to us after all. Inspector! Oh, Inspector, wait for me!
Ah, those bulls, Hildy. First you almost die at your poor mother's feet.
And now you fly... I got the wrong voice, and I can't switch. Fuck, let me try this again. I tried to switch like 4 times. Those bulls, Hildy. First you almost die at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to God knows where without even giving her a kiss goodbye.
Oh, it appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildibrand, as it has many Manderville men before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art.
So in the end, the Sylvan incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light. Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old after all. Maybe it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I'd see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true. Is the treaty blade the freaking master sword?
He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true. A gentleman to the end, the bloody bastard. What is this? A glint in the corner of my eye. A curious scent, wafting in the winds from a far-flung land. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there. Till we meet again! Most gentlemanly, the Manderville outfit, which I do plan to work into a glamour for some class or other. Maybe Sage. Sid Highwind should have used this to propel the rocket. You know, you're right. Hildibrand will return. He's okay. He's okay, everyone.
A new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Oh, good. They added New Game Plus to some of the side stories. I'm very happy about that. Saw his parachute open. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the first Hildibrand adventure. This is as far as I got. I never did the Heavensward ones. So I'm excited to try that again. Try for that next week. Let's see. There we go. There we go. So thanks everyone for coming. I would like to point you all to the links I'm about to toss into the chat. We got our Patreon there. You can support us monthly, and it would be a huge help if you did. And we got our Etsy pins if you want, you know, something physical in return. Katie and I make these wonderful pronoun pins, which we make on demand with whatever pronouns you want. And there's a pretty good selection of them there. So if you're not already a patron, it would be great if you would consider doing so. Let's look at the schedule real quick like. I didn't have my... That's okay. I got it over here. All right. Means tomorrow, Friday, Katie's going to be playing Inkbound or something new. Saturday, Willow is going to be playing some deck builders throughout the day on Willow Mist 23. And then on the Xenon Fiber channel, someone's going to be playing some Kingdom Hearts 2. Sunday, Wandering Beekeeper on his channel, Wandering Beekeeper is going to be playing The Wandering Village. Monday, we got September and Stranger playing something new. Don't know what yet. And Andy on his channel, Andymonium, playing Outer Wilds. And then Tuesday, Willow will be playing a deck builder during the day, and Annie will be starting on something new. And then Wednesday, we got Sue playing Sekiro Shadows Die Twice here. Before that, we'll have Bad Road playing Shadowrun Hong Kong on the channel Bad Road. Or something new. I don't know if you finished the post-game stuff yet. And then Thursday, we'll be back around to me with more Hildibrand. And Andy over on their channel again, playing The Outer Wilds. Still Shadowrun, all right. Here's our YouTube channel. If you haven't watched anything there, I don't know why. There's so much good stuff. Go dig into it. There's a lot. There's a lot of streams there, and there's definitely something you'll enjoy. Like 6+ years worth of VODs, which is wild. And that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next time. Good night.